You are probably now planning to take a new hamster home, or you already have a hamster home, but do you know everything you need to know and to expect? If you don't, keep on watching to find out everything you need to do and to expect after you bring your hamster home. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you love hamsters just like me, you're in the right place. On this channel, I will tell you everything you need to know about hamster care, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you never miss my videos. So starting with the cage really has to be set up and done. And this has to be done before you get a hamster, of course, because if you take them home and then set up the cage, that's not good for the hamster. The reason why you have to put them in the cage after you just arrive home and not leave them in the traveler is it can cause a lot of stress. The carrier is not very big, and also it's an environment change which is very stressful for the hamster. Speaking of travelers, there's also some things you need to know about travelers. So if this is your first time owning a hamster, you should have a good plastic traveler on hand. The cardboard carriers that you get in a pet store is not really good for them because they can chew out of them, and I've seen that happen a lot. Plastic carriers are more durable and also easier to clean if there is some like pee or something in that. And because they are more durable, they can be used multiple times. They can be used for a vet travel or maybe just a temporary place for your hamsters to stay if you have to, take them to like the bathtub to bathtub bond. Personally, I like to use this carrier. It's the Living World Hagen carrier. This one is the mini one, and there's also like a large one, but the large one is too big and is usually better for like maybe, I think guinea pigs, I'm not sure, don't ask me, but they are just quite a bit bigger than this. This is quite durable, and as you can see, these things can have like let your hamster breathe. I haven't seen a hamster chew on these things, so I think it's okay. If you have bars though, it is possible that they will chew on it. But these are not really bars and it's plastic, so I think it's okay from what I've seen. Something to be careful about is just if you buy this carrier, be careful not to open it like too aggressively or something, because here, as you can see, maybe there can be damage if you open it too much. So now I'm traveling to when you already have your hamster, and if you don't know where you want to get your hamster yet, make sure to check out this video because I will like explain the best places to get your hamster and stuff. But if you already do, stay on this video and just keep watching. So now you have your hamster home, but you need to give them some time to adjust. Personally, I recommend at least 2 or 3 days because they need some time. They don't really know their surroundings. And I know this is very hard for new hamster owners because you want to play with your hamster, but just trust this is gonna be worth it. And just like I said, hamsters, they need some time to adjust because they are, first of all, very stress prone. And if they are in a new environment, they have, first of all, a lot of stress. And if you are gonna play with them, it will cause even more stress. So this is not good for them. Stress lowers the immune system for a hamster, which is very bad, of course, because they can get illnesses and stuff more easily. For some hamsters, I will even recommend leaving them more for like maybe even a week if it's needed. Of course, still replenish their food and water because they of course need it to survive. For example, the Roborovski's dwarf species is quite timid and usually needs a bit more time to settle in, which is why I would maybe recommend like 5 days if it really needed. For my personal experience, 3 days was enough, but every hamster is different. So if you see after 2-3 days your hamster is still not really coming out a lot, even if it is alive, just make sure to wait a little bit longer than that because your hamster probably needs it. During this adjustment time, you can refill your water and food of your hamster, but make sure to do it quietly. Also, your hamster's environment of their cage should be quiet, no TVs or like loudspeakers. Now let's move on to some behaviors you might see with your hamster. So a personal experience for me, first when I got Oreo, my first hamster, he hissed at me when I tried to put him in the cage. He was a pet store hamster, which I definitely do not support, but he was a pet store hamster, and when like the pet store give you like a cardboard carrier, you have to open it from the top, in my case. And of course it was all like dark, so he didn't know anything, and when I opened it, he hissed at me, which was scary, my first hamster doing that, but he adjusted just fine. So you may find your hamster hissing at you, so be careful when you open the carriers, maybe this carrier at best. Of course, I always support it, just get this carrier or any other carrier than like a cardboard carrier. In this carrier, your hamster can see you, so I think it is less scary than just opening like a dark box. So just be careful when you're opening like the top of your carrier. Another common behavior is that your hamster will sleep a lot. They are nocturnal anyway, which means they sleep during the day and they come out during the night. The first few days they really don't want to come out when there are people around, which is why they only usually come out at like midnight and stuff. So you may find that your hamster isn't coming out. Just make sure to put some like food somewhere in the enclosure so you can see if they are actually coming out. If there's nothing moving from the food, you should check out if they are actually alive. Usually your hamster will take all the food because they think, oh, I don't know if there is like a regular supply of food. So this no drinking and eating behavior could also be another like actual common behavior. So it is possible that your hamster is eating nothing. Drinking usually they do, but the eating nothing is also possible because they're just scared to go out. And again, they probably also eat food when you're not around and then they take it to their nest. Another common behavior is that your hamster is not using its toys or like the wheel or anything. And again, I have to say, they only come out when you're probably not around. If you see them using their toys, it is very good, of course. But if you don't be, scared. It is normal that they don't use anything. Only for the first like week or something. If more than that, check out with your vet. Another behavior that is very common is the opposite of what I first mentioned. It is that they are always awake. Along with always awake, a weird sleeping schedule, like maybe sometimes up during the day, sometimes not up during the day, which is very common. All these behaviors are usually normal with some small exceptions if you know that I just mentioned. But if they last longer than a week, you should check out with your local exotic vet. So after these 2 to 3 days or maybe even a week of like the time adjusting and watching these behaviors closely, you can move on to taming. This is very hard and I would recommend you to check some videos on YouTube. There are some YouTubers that have made amazing videos on this. So why is this necessary? Hamsters are not really domesticated for very long, which means they are still adjusting to humans. And also a lot of people just abuse hamsters, which is why they also are really scared of humans. Those pet mills and the pet store hamsters are all breeded very abusively, which is why they also are scared. Without this taming, your hamster could be very scared of you or just have like a bad bond with you, which you of course don't want. By the way, you're watching this video right now, but do you already know which hamster you want to get? Make sure to check out this video where I talk about everything you need to know about the hamster species and which one you should choose. Also check out this video that YouTube just recommends to you. And make sure to leave a like and also subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you guys for watching and I see you guys next time.